worship him in spirit and in truth.
Amen.
Jesus is saying this. Jesus saying this. Not me. I'm not saying it. Jesus said it. He said in John 4:24, he said, God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. He didn't say to worship him however you want to worship him with religion and tradition. He said those that come to the Father must come in spirit and in truth and worship him in spirit and in truth.
Glory be to God.
John 4:24 in the Amplified Classic, it says God is a spiritual being, and those who worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth, reality.
Amen.
So we are created in the image and likeness of God. God is a spirit, so we are spiritual beings. So we are to worship spirit to spirit. When we're trying to get there by our religion, our traditions, our vain repetitions of prayers, whatever, we're missing the mark, which is sin. We talked about that a while ago. Sin means missing the mark. Missing the mark means you're not going to arrive where you're wanting to go. Why should we listen to Jesus? So Jesus came and he said that. So why should we listen to him? Why? Why should we listen to Jesus? Why should we, why can't we listen to Buddha? Why can't we listen to Muhammad? Why can't we listen to one of the other, thousands of Hindu gods or whatever? Why should we listen to Jesus and not them? I'm going to tell you why. Matthew 17:5 says, talking about Jesus, while ye yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them. So this is when Peter, James, and John went with Jesus. It's called the Mount of Transfiguration, and Jesus went there, and Moses and Elijah appeared to him, and a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud, which said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. Why should we listen to Jesus? Why should we take heed to the words of Jesus? Because there was a cloud that ascended upon him, and a voice, the voice of God himself, said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. So God could have told us to listen, he spoke in an audible voice, they heard him. He could have told us anyone to listen to, but he said, listen to him. Listen to Jesus. Hear him. That's why we're listening to Jesus.